the first job that I took when I just joined WCG was I'm a team leader. I'm a team manager of the WCG global network. Actually, we had a lot of partners, well, in 90 countries, but not all partners performing WCG event very well. So when I took the job, I strongly feel that I need to change many things to strengthen our WCG network, because the WCG's most important foundation is a network. Without network, WCG Grand Final cannot stand alone. So still that time, that was a more challenge to me, because there was some perception that we shouldn't change the former our WCG network. But myself, I had a totally different view. We have to change and innovate it to make strengthening our WCG. But that was my first challenges. And the second thing was, actually, the WCG had too much focus on the offline event. Absolutely, the WCG is the most largest and the best esports tournament in the world. But the outer size is not so much important for us, because just increasing the number of participating country or number of players, it doesn't mean that. Most important thing is that how they know WCG, and how WCG can help players enjoy the game and enjoy the esports. So from now on, I have to concentrate on the making a little bit tight and the simple but more strength to become a worldwide the outstanding tournaments. So in the world there are some other esports tournaments, but they have their own strengths. Of course, WCG also has our strengths. There is the biggest, the strongest, the offline tournament in the world, but that is not things that I want to try. That I really want to try to strengthen our online events, because offline event has a limitation. People cannot, not many people cannot come join or come into the offline event. So to meet players or fans more closely, to do that, actually I need to strengthen the online, because then recently many of the young generations, they're very, very accustomed to using the online, like the SNS. So we need to use the more effective way using online platform. So if we can achieve the very successful online activity, then that will be most good. So those two things: strengthening network, and the strengthening the activity through online is my challenge. And I'm not sure how long it takes, but I will concentrate to strengthen two issues. The mobile is not only about also gaming, but also it is one of the essential part of our life. From 2007 or 2006, as I remember, from the moment the mobile market start to growing very fast, but the speed of the growing is much faster than recent 2 or 1 years ago, 1 years before. So accordingly, more and more people start to use a mobile, like a smartphone. So they have to use the phone not only for communication but also entertainment, like listening music or taking photos or seeing the movies or some game as well. So because of that, I saw that we have to try to get more mobile, something mobile. We can easily come to the normal casual gamer or normal spectator. And then the WCG is so far focus on the PC game, but the PC game is too much hardcore. And then recently the mobile is changed many things of human life. So that's why I have to try to bring the mobile tournament in WCG as well. And then furthermore, the market of mobile is quite remarkably growing. So far this year we just have one mobile title, but from now on I'm considering about to choose more mobile game. At least from next year, at least I have to choose at least 2 mobile titles. But still, I cannot guarantee how many mobile titles we'll choose next year. But then I will choose more and more mobile title. Then that's the best way to come closer to the people. Every continent has different characteristics in the game itself. For example, for American continent, the console is very strong, but Asia region, online PC game is very strong, and Europe still mixture with the console and online. But except American continent's remaining area, still PC and online game is the trends of the gaming esports, even in Korea as well, and in China as well, and Germany as well. But we cannot consider one definite continent, because we are the global tournaments, so we have to consider the general popularity of global. So when some areas want to choose more console, some areas want to choose online, but we cannot do that. So when it choose the official title, we already do the poll from the players, and then we also get a preference survey from our SB network. So we, based on those database, we have to choose a game. So in some area that they might feel sorry about the WCG's official title doesn't include much in the console game. But surely one thing I can promise you is that the WCG had to change from choosing the official title. So, for example, this year we just have one console game, the Tekken, the one mobile game. So, these two games is not enough to cover the other players' need. So, next year we'll choose more the console game. And actually, we had some talk with the publishers, console game supplier. So, next year we'll choose more the console game as well. So anyhow, the WCG cannot give some benefits just for one continent, but we can try to cover those needs. So just look at WCG, how we change, then how we can embrace the all of the world. Or the still possibilities often a little bit changes. So first of all, I have to explain how we choose the official title. Basically, first we do the poll through the online, through the websites, almost 1 or 2 months. So every year 10,000 or every year 1,000 players did a poll, and then they appoint which title is the best they want to play. And then we do the second poll through the partner network. And then the third part of the thing is that we have to think the broadcasting availability and suitability, whether those games can be esports, because WCG is not a gaming company, and then we are pursuing esports, not game. So so we have to show the content to people. So the most important thing is the broadcasting. Through the broadcasting, every people can watch. So the one title doesn't suitable to be broadcasted to show the people, then it is got a disadvantage through the whole process. And the third thing is the adequateness, the suitableness of the esports. Not all games cannot be esports, just game itself. So to be esports, the title has to be can give the fun or enjoy to the people. For example, movies. Some people doesn't like the horror movies, but some people like the horror movies. But I don't like to have such kind of too much the clear, the black and white, the aspect of the game itself. And then some other countries, there are a lot of the restriction because of the violence or some sexuality. So we cannot choose those games. So basically, most important factor for choosing the official title is that the poll from the player and our partnership, and the broadcasting adequateness, and the suitability of becoming esport. Those three is a very, very important factor when you choose our official title every year. So So far for last decade, those three was the most important factor. But next year, as I told you, that we are going to change and innovate the WCG module, and we're going to choose the mobile or console. So when you choose the next year's mobile title, we have to maybe bring other factors to considering the mobile and console. But still, we didn't know yet. So still, we are undertaking what kinds of factor, what kinds of criteria we have to apply for the console or mobile game. So anyhow, there is possibility we are going to change and get more the console game and a mobile game. The American continents. So far, the last decade, the WCG had to get a strong foundation in Asian continents and some of the European continents. But still, for WCG, the American continent is a little bit, frankly, it's not so strong, but we don't have a strong position in the American continent, especially for states. The states, that they are MLG, but they are not a global game tournament like us, but they have more every year they are growing based on the strong connection with the fans of the states. So, and then besides in South American continents, still there are a lot of countries, but still some of the countries are not so much familiar with the esports. But I know there is huge the potential, because as their economy is growing, the people can start to buy or pay for something richer. So in those reasons, the esports can start to regarded as one of the richer as entertainment. So there is for the gaming market. Now currently their portion in global market is very low, just 2 to 5% only. But this market, the speed is very, very fast. So I really want to put more attention to the American continent, especially for South America, like Brazil or Argentina, Chile, or Mexico as well. So those may be the reason. Then we may have to transfer our attention to the European continent. But of course, we don't the 100% focus on certain reason, but we do care every continent. But I want to really share more resources for the American continents, so we can give more pressure to the American continent players and fans. So still to say everything is a little bit difficult, but one thing I have to see the key factors for me as I see what I have to do the WCG is that we have to strengthening the network. Still, we have a 70 country, 90 country network, but still network is not so much stronger, and then the relativeness between the network not so much strong. So when we have the stronger relationship between the network and network, then overall WCG can be the strongest in the world. So I really want to develop and find new and stronger partnership and develop the new network. So that will be the most important factor. So I have to give the most priority to the strengthening network. That is the key factors for the WCG, at least 2 to 3 years.